Hey everyone, this is a short video about a reimagined design of LEGO Reinhardt. I made him a bit smaller compared to the official set and a bit more flexible too. So first of all, here's a minifigure for scale, just so you can see how large Reinhardt is, or well, how small he is in this version. And yeah, I'll just show you the joints, the degrees of freedom that he has. So naturally he has the shoulder movement, then he can move his elbows. His wrists have somewhat of a degree of freedom. Yeah, the same with this hand. He can rotate in his waist, move his hips on a ball joint, then he can bend his knees. Yes, this was probably the main focus of the build. And his feet are also on ball joints. So I should mention that oh wow, yeah, here we go. Here's the main problem with this build. Anyway, I should mention that he uses the Nexonite battlesuit core. So the minifigure, Reinhardt minifigure, actually sits there in the, well, let's call it pilot seat. And yeah, and basically this is, again, I really appreciated the design of battle suits that they did with Nexonites. So I figured, why not give Reinhardt the ability to be a bit more to scale again. So this is him from the back, nothing too fancy, just the exhaust here. And yeah, probably you can see the hinges in the knees. Yeah, they came from the original Reinhardt set. So yeah, so next up, I'm gonna build them from scratch, and I'm also gonna mention all the sets that the parts came in, naturally besides the official Overwatch set, and I'll also put their numbers, the numbers of the sets used in the description. So yeah, enjoy, I guess. Right, so before we begin, I'd like to mention a couple of things. First of all, the obvious sub-assemblies that came in the original Overwatch set, in the official set. First of all, the hammer. The hammer is exactly the same as in that set. So just follow the instructions and you can build it. The same goes for the shield. I did not use all the stickers, but I particularly like this one. But yeah, generally not a fan of stickers. Then, yeah, I should mention that these ball joints are from Generation 1 Bionicle, but I think you can get away with Generation 2 Bionicle ball joints. They are just have see-through hole in it, and this one is just one way, let's say. The next thing is the Nexonites battlesuit core. So that's it. This is a single piece, this one. The cockpit, let's say. It has studs all over it, a couple of these slots, and two small mixer ball joints. So you just insert a two stud long round bar here, and then this waist piece, also from battlesuit armor. I personally used Lance's battlesuit, but I'm pretty sure that any would do for this, because they are pretty much identical in design. Then two things left to cover. This is the design of the foot. Both feet are identical, so these are just how many? 5 pieces. They are pretty basic. I think they copied the design of the Berserker Bomber set that I actually used some parts from in this build. And finally, last but not the least, as they say, this is the trick that I use for Reinhardt minifigure. So be sure to lift his head like this, at about the height of 1/3 of a brick. So you can measure it. Well, you can actually measure it by trial and error. So this allows Reinhardt's helmet to not collide with any of the parts of the armor. Yeah, so that's it, and here we go. Right, let's start with the legs, I guess. So these are the feet. And these are the parts that we will need to build a leg. I'm pretty sure all of these came with the Reinhardt set, but just in case, I'm gonna mention the Berserker Bomber and Lance's battlesuit, any Nexonite battlesuit. So these are the knees. This is pretty much the entire leg. And this is where the fun begins. This is also a technique that I learned by just building the original Reinhardt. And it's pretty epic, I must say. This is a 2x1 slope. And then the upper leg, the thigh, it's pretty much the same. This is a 2x3 piece. Pretty much decorative. So, and they match almost perfectly. They allow a straight line in this hinge. So yeah, and then we just click in the ball joints. You can do the same for the other leg. Just, you know, mirror it. As usual. And now, this is the, oh, clumsy me. So yeah, now we have a base, something to start from. Starting point. Right. Now, let's put this away and let's transition to the arm. Let's start with the left arm. So these are all the pieces that we'll need. I think these all came with Reinhardt, no exception. I'm pretty sure. It all starts with a 2x3 by 1/3 plate. Then you just place the ball joints. You can already guess that this is the shoulder and this is the elbow. This thing, I don't know, you can replace it with whatever you want. It just was there lying around. Now, this is Reinhardt's finger or Exoforce robot arm piece. We clip it on a hinge and click it here. So yeah, it's also very decorative. Bears no function. Then this is a 2x2 by 2/3 slope, like smooth slope. This is the, well, you can call it the bicep, but it's not really. So then we turn this over. This is another Reinhardt piece. This is a 2x1 by 2/3, simple, good old part. And then this is the reverse one. This has studs on it. It's also a 2x2 by 2/3. And we do like this. Finally, we let this finger touch the back of the shoulder, let's say. And finally, this is the pauldron piece from Reinhardt, naturally. And this is a 2x4 by 1/3 plate. We just mesh them like this and clip the main shoulder into the central 4 anti-studs, like so. Here we go. This is done. This is the shoulder. Now for the forearm, it's pretty elementary, to be honest. This is this thing. I'm not entirely sure which set it came from, but you know, there are plenty of those across LEGO series and sets. This is from probably Nexonites again, this Mixel style ball joint. So yeah, this, oh sorry, this one is a half bar, whatever you call this. Yeah, by the way, I should mention that English isn't my mother tongue, so sorry in advance, and if any corrections are needed, well, I mean, I guess I'll never know. Yeah, this is the left arm for the shield. And yeah, the shield is right here. It's pretty loose, but oh damn. It's pretty loose, but you can find your way around it. You might add a bit of thickness here. I'm not actually, now that I've deconstructed this armor, I'm wondering why did I not use a 2x2 plate here instead of 1x2. But well, again, this is just my design, and this is the fist and the wrist. Yeah, so you see, the wrist can be rotated just on the bar, on the shaft, let's call it shaft, or it can actually bend using the ball joint. But this is the most loose joint in the entire assembly, I would say. You already saw how I how I broke it accidentally. So should we? No, actually, let's wait. So, and for the right arm, the arm with that holds the hammer is pretty much the same. Just mirror the assembly. It's very much the same, just mirrored. And the pauldron also attaches to the central anti-studs. The only difference that this arm has is this disc right here. It is a 2x2 disc, 2x2 by 1/3. It also came with, I think this is the central piece of Reinhardt's chest plate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and the hand with the hammer goes here. Yeah, here we go. And right, now I think I'll proceed with adjusting the camera, naturally, and with the assembly on the back. This piece in particular is amazing. I just love it. Planning to build some more of these armor suits, or whatever, battle suits, as they're called officially. It has plenty of space, freedom for imagination. Right, so these are, let's put it a bit away. These are the pieces that we will need. Oh, sorry. These are the pieces that we will need for the assembly on the back. These, I'm not sure how to call these, but these slopes are also from Reinhardt's set. This one is, I think it covers Reinhardt's shoulders in the armor. Well, yeah, and the fangs, I call these fangs, they're fangs to me, or actually claws, whatever you want to call them. I use 3 of these in the entire suit. This is another one. This is a 1x3x1 brick that has 4 additional studs on the side. Hopefully the lighting is correct here. Yeah, you get the point. Right. So, where should we start? These also came with Reinhardt, I think, so pretty much basic Lego skills here. Then. Right, so fangs or claws go to the bottom part of these slopes, like so. Then we do this. This is the top. These are the top studs These are the side studs. Hope I get the lighting correctly. So this is the bottom and this is the top. So we attach the slopes and the claws on the top, like so. Like so. Then we proceed to do the following. We clip it on the top row of studs that is available on the Nexonite battlesuit core. Then we go on and put this on the remaining studs in between the slopes. Then it's very simple. We take one of these discs. These are very old. Like I remember these back in the earliest Star Wars sets. They're probably even older, but yeah. And then just a single stud and an orange, whatever you call it, radar dish. The 2x2 radar dish with a single stud and a single anti-stud. You do it this way and you put the stud in between, well, in the center of this disc. Here we go. This is the exhaust on Reinhardt's back. And we have these two pieces. They go together like so. But we will leave them for now because they are gonna, let's say, trap Reinhardt minifigure inside and keep him there. Actually, let's do it right now. So here's Reinhardt. Remember I told you to lift his head a bit further up his neck, so that the helmet on this one is a bit loose. So we put him in like so, and this is actually the part that I told you to move his head for. This, let's call it a collar. It goes here, and so it allows Reinhardt to, well, Reinhardt's helmet mostly, to rotate without any obstacles for it. So yeah, plus it's useful for posability, because it allows Reinhardt, it allows you to pose Reinhardt as if he's facing some other direction other than the front, because otherwise it wouldn't be that interesting, would it? Right, so now as I struggle to pose him a bit more appropriately, yeah, so this is what you should have by now. Yeah, and now we go for the chest piece, for the chest plate. This is a 1x1 by 1/3 clip. This is another fang, and the last one that I will be using here. The fang goes on top, and then this small 1x1 slope goes on top of the fang. Oh, so this is what is commonly called a schlong armor, and the most important piece of armor in the entire thing. This thing came in some set, I have no idea. This is a common thing. These are pretty much the rarest parts, but I believe they are in Reinhardt's set. So a grill piece, like a 1x2 by 1/3 grill piece, and then one of these discs, a stud, and two 1x1 slopes. This thing is also a common one. So let me recall how it was built. So this thing goes underneath these wings, let's call them. I think it does. What I'm sure of is that the stud goes into here and the disc goes on top. This is a very neat combination of pieces. Love it. Then these are a bit weirdly assembled. So it's like this. So the slope faces outside, but then the cut stud from the flat piece is facing the same direction. So, and we do the opposite. Oh, wow. Well, that is a fail if I've ever seen one. Right. Anyway, this goes under here. And these go on the top, in the top slots, in the top anti-studs. And they are just hanging there by one stud. And this one goes just like here. Oh, right, I am wrong actually. I'm very, very wrong. So, yeah, sorry guys. So again, let's start from scratch. This is the starting point. This assembly goes on top of that by all 4 studs. And then these pieces go here. And yeah, and the grill finally goes here, just as a, yeah, as a decoration. So yeah, I'll be I'll be returning for that piece later. So what you do after that is pretty obvious. So you clip it here, you close it up, boom, and then you attach the schlong armor. Yeah, here we go. Just, yeah, notice that. Imagine that there is the similar thing like here. Right, so, well, actually, we are pretty much done. So now all's left to do is clip the shoulder ball joints. And it is done. Pretty much like so. Again, adjust the knees, all the other joints as you like, as seems fit. And yeah, here we go. And again, you can rotate the head. You can rotate the head as you like. You can replace the helmet with his original hairpiece. And yeah, you can pose them whatever you like. Holding the hammer like badass way, whatever. This is all up to you from now on. So yeah, I'll be returning when I finish all the missing parts. Alright, so here he is, good as new. I should probably congratulate you because you now have the very same one in your own hands. Before we go, I should mention a couple of things. First of all is that this is my personal design. This is just how I saw Reinhardt to be a bit more to scale and a bit more flexible. I never had a plan for the build. I just went with the flow. You know how it is. You're all LEGO fans. And yeah, so feel free to add some details or maybe leave something out of this design as much as you like, because yeah, that is what LEGO is all about. And yeah, second thing I wanted to mention is I wanted to thank people on Reddit who actually inspired me to make this build video. So yeah, cheers guys, enjoy.